What is up? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Shred Show Live. I am so excited. When I hang out with Josh, I always say this is not a joke, but when two Joshes get together, it always makes a right. And especially when I'm hanging out with Josh Friend, CEO of InSellerate, I always get pumped up because he is one of those people that I know this isn't just going to be a fluffy conversation. This is going to be one of those conversations that adds value to your business, that gives you insights, that gives you the tactics and the knowledge for future domination within our industry. We all know that this industry is evolving. And right now, more than ever, you have to have a game-changing mentality. What are you doing right now in this market to really set yourself apart, to really make yourself differentiated from the competitors? And are you going through the motions, or are you all in? Are you playing to win the game? Because right now, that has to be a focus. If you're not playing to win, your competitor is, and you're going to get left behind. The conversation Josh and I are about to have is literally going to get you in that mindset. It's going to get you in that winning mentality. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? It is time to shred. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and welcome to the Shred Show Live. I am excited. What's really funny is Josh and I were prepping for this show, and just a few minutes ago, we were actually talking about yoga. Yeah, that's what we do. Guys like us, even though we're hitting the gyms, we're doing yoga, and it gets us in. It's funny, Josh, because I even started breathing a little bit differently as I was talking about it. Like I'm trying to get myself in this mental state, but I'm excited to be hanging out with you because like yoga, we're going to be doing some things. We're going to be pushing everybody, stretching themselves, getting themselves prepared for what is to come. So always good to have you on the show. First and foremost, how are you, my friend?
Doing great, Josh. And I think you're what you're saying about yoga. It's a good analogy. It's maybe not something that people would traditionally think that I would do, or maybe you would do. But I think the point is I think I learned it's been great for my body. I think you've learned the same thing. You have to continue to evolve and change and try new things and figure out better ways to do something. Whether it's working out, staying healthy, running your business right now. I mean, that's the most important thing we can talk about is the efficiency of running the mortgage industry. So I think it's just, a good way to look at life is always learn.
Bro, this is why I love having you on the show and when you and I can riff like this, because I didn't even make that analogy. You made it like I just threw it out there. You made the connection for me, but it really is being able to hone your craft. Usually if you see Josh and I at an event, Josh is taller than I am. We're both pretty big guys. We're both pretty healthy guys. And most of them are like, oh, those are the gym rats. But doing yoga, pushing yourself to do something that you're not quite comfortable with puts you in a mindset, puts you in a frame to really go out and crush everything else. So I love the connection. And today is just that, Josh. You and I, we have had a lot of incredible conversations. And right now in our market, now more than ever, you have to be pushing yourselves a little bit. You have to be looking not only at ways that you can save money, you can be more efficient, but also what you can bring to the market so that you can be one of the game changers. And every time I talk to you, whether it's on the show or whether it's outside the show, you as a leader are always looking to be a game changer. You're always looking for innovation. You're looking for efficiencies. You're looking for automation. And InSellerate literally that embodies everything. And recently you guys came out with something that, I mean, you guys already have the full suite of products and things that you can add into our repertoire to make us better as lenders, as brokers. But you guys just added something that kind of gives you that true game changer. I want to chat about it. It's called Agent Connect. And this is something what I love about it, and we're going to dive into, is you constantly are listening to your users. You're constantly listening to your clients. And this is something they've been asking for.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about it. I mean, it's to your point, we built a platform that at this point serves all channels. We've had retail loan officers using our platform for years. And with our mobile app, with our partner workflows and partner marketing, it works great. But they've been asking us, hey, current customers and prospects, I need a place to manage my flyers. That's still a function I use with this current, older system I've been on for a while, but I need some place to manage flyers, my real estate agents, my loan officers, and I need a place to build websites. So, as we're trying to serve, lenders and listen to what you guys have to say, we've launched Agent Connect. So now, you can create open house flyers. You can have a realtor network. You can share flyers, whether it's a single page landing page websites for open houses, integrate it with pricing, all the bells and whistles that you've wanted is now accessible. And on top of that, you can now leverage our platform, right, in all these different ways. So whether you're a lender if you have wholesale, you could use our platform for your wholesale channel, for your retail channel, for your consumer direct channel, and for your reverse mortgage channel. All one platform, all one platform. So we're really excited that, we're able to go to lenders now and really just serve all their needs.
Okay, I've got to ask Josh, and like it's amazing to me that this may seem so simple. People are like, really, this is what's going to help me differentiate ourselves as loan officers. These are the things that our agent partners, our realtors are looking for. It's those little simplicities that can make all the difference. They're like, oh yeah, like this can help me in my business. It's finding ways to add value like this that truly do make a difference. And clearly, some people are like, well, this has been around for a long time. Yeah, it may have been, but are you actually utilizing it? This is something that our loan officers, that our industry professionals still want, correct?
Yeah, it is. I mean, so it's for some loan officers, it's table stakes. And so to your point, what we approached it with was originally we built our platform. We said, all right, there's people that have this. It's kind of not difficult technology. It's pretty basic stuff to have. So we'll let people, they're using their systems. Let's build the hard stuff. Let's build all the data management. Let's build a mobile application. Let's build an N-tier application so we can consistently innovate. And so we built all the hard stuff. And, lenders, as they kept coming on the platform, and then some wouldn't say, listen, I just need this one function. I'm still using XYZ company. It's older technology. I don't have access to all these other tools. I want these other tools, but I really need this one little thing. So that's why we built it. Yes, it is something that's been out there, but what has not been out there is our platform with our mobile application, with our telephony, with our lead management, with our partner workflow management. All the, true CRM has not been in the marketplace. So now we have that in the marketplace. And I think that's, the difference is, we can serve your full suite of all your needs.
So this is the one part I want to talk about, because this kind of is, like you mentioned, now you are you are the industry first to put all of it together. Like you said, you've we're not putting anybody else down here, but this piece has been around, but you guys worked on the hard stuff. That's what I love, what you said in particular. You've been working on what's truly important. Now this is kind of that final, like, cherry on top, if you will, like, now we've got it all. Now this is one of those things that there's so many, and I've joked about this, but have been very, very serious. You and I both know we're the tech in our industry. Sometimes as originators, we see the shiny object and we're like, well, we need this and we need this and we need this suite and then we need this product and this and that. And it just gets so confusing. Plus, then you have companies and smaller companies that are hiring this person just to manage this and to manage this and to manage that. And it gets crazy expensive, which right now, dude, you and I are hearing about the Loan Depots of the world, about people making thousands of cuts. Right now, we are in an efficiency mindset. So when you have a tool, when you have a company, a partner, if you will, that provides you with the all-in-one, the game changer, that literally makes a difference.
Yeah, no, it makes a massive difference. And I think it's what you really want is technology that's integrated and actually working as intended, right? So a lot of lenders have lots of different pieces of technology that is not fully integrated with one another, that then doesn't fully work as intended. So having a single platform to do all this means integrations are going to be there. Means management of, you really have to think about efficiencies. It's funny because I was a lender for years and I built my own CRM and then created InSellerate. But I would tell you, do not try to build this stuff on your own anymore. I would
do what Josh did.
I would never do this again. And the reason is I built my first CRM in 2004. So I've been doing it for years and years and years. Around 2017, 18 is when we actually said, all right, now we have one that we really want to go to market with and serve all our lenders. But it took me a lot of years of doing it. It was because it didn't exist back then in the marketplace. Now that I built something like this that exists, I would not build this again. And if you're a lender, really what I think you should be doing, if you want to build technology, think about integrations within your platform. Think about how the process flow is not building some new piece of technology, is integration. And if you're just really like, God, I want to build technology, I want to build something, go build something that does not exist. Something that's new, right? Don't go build an LOS, they exist. Don't go build a CRM, they exist. Don't go build a POS pricing engine. Those things are so readily available and easy for you to use and inexpensive. Go build an underwriting engine or some type of automation bots, or go build something that it doesn't exist that you can't go get. right? You try to become more efficient. If you go build something that exists, you just spend all your mental brain power and time and money on something that isn't really actually it doesn't make you more efficient because you can just go sign up and use it.
It's true.
Right.
Dude,
So I think lenders need to think about that right now.
I think that is a big argument. And so many people, and I would actually love, I didn't even want to go this direction, but I kind of do now because I've actually heard this and I've seen this in group discussions as of late, is that people are like, well, I'm just going to go build it because nothing like this doesn't quite fit my needs or it's not perfect. It's not, I don't think there's a single perfect, even InSellerate, nothing is ever perfect. The fact that you guys kind of have everything, but I always love that mentality of like, well, it's not perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect, but are you actually utilizing it in the way that you should be anyway? Like, are you actually like tapping into the true potential of the part of the technology that you're using? And I would say 99.9% of all users, they don't. Like, they just are like, oh, well, I'm like, it's not perfect because we don't understand it. Do you think it's a lack of education when it comes to actually adopting and fully using technology?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things. It's education. It's people's desire to want to learn something new, or it's the perception of what they think is valuable. Right. Like,
Jeez, amen to that.
like this is what I think is making me, it's funny, I hear, we have lots of lenders and I hear lenders sometimes say, oh, this is the one thing I do and it's why I'm successful. And it's, and I hear it. And I'm like, wow, I've never heard anyone else do that before. Right. And I don't know if that's really makes you successful, but for you, it's really important. I can tell that you think, that's what you believe. So then let's go with that. But it may not be what's actually, I think what's making you successful is you have like a lot of smart people, you have great marketing, you have really good systems in place. It's not this one function over here. It's all these functions. Right. So I think that's getting people to understand what's really bringing them value. So, once you believe in, something, you can, so technology is, you have to train.
Yeah.
And, if I'm going to digress here for a second, there's two things I learned about training. There's organizational development and personal development. So if you're trying to train a loan officer to use something and you say, here's how you use this CRM, you hit box A, then hit box B, then go to C. That's really not going to help much. First, you have to explain why they should even care to listen to you, why this is going to help them. They have to be bought into, I want to learn how to use this system because I know Jamie and Sally say they're getting a lot of loans out of this. It's really helped them. So I believe if I could copy what they're doing, then I want to do the same thing. So now they're interested. Now they want to actually learn to use the software. Then once you got their buy-in, I want to learn, then you can train them how to use it. Right? Then you can go through the process of training them how to use it. A lot of people just try to go right to, here's how you use it, and then they walk away. And what you really need to be doing is why you should use it. Then you have to train them. Then you have to train them over and over again. I mean, that's just the reality of it,
Well, that's the reality of anything. Like, and you and I both know that again, both being very veterans of the industry, owning mortgage company, being very involved in the loan process, being originators ourselves at times, like, that training training loan officers in particular, you do have to show them multiple times. And it's usually until the 7th or 8th time that's finally like, that's why we have some of the conversations that we do and are continually like staying in front of the same people and educating them on the process. And it's finally like, after that's like, yes, how many times have we said this that it finally clicks for them? They're like, oh my gosh, I've already said this like a dozen times. And now it's finally like hitting home with you.
So and I tell people, I tell my managers this still, and I tell my team this. There was a Harvard study about how many times it takes for someone to hear something to understand it and learn it. So Harvard study, and they said on average for gifted students, so, high above IQ, gifted students, high achievers, it takes them on average 6 times of hearing something before they understand it and learn it and can use it. So I always tell everyone, listen, if you've told your staff, you told them once or you told them twice, assume that everyone we have here is a gifted Harvard student. 6 times. You need to tell them 6 times, at least 6 times. Once you hit that 6-time mark, then you should start expecting people to learn. But if you aren't even getting the 6 times, you're not even going to, Harvard students aren't going to be able to pick this up. So just something to think about. It is repetitive. You have to do it over and over again. And people don't want to ask questions when they don't know how to do it at first because they don't want to feel dumb. So they maybe don't ask a question the first time, but you keep doing it. They'll eventually, they'll learn.
And that's just it. And that's why we do what we do. Having the conversations we do is because it's continually like, we're waiting for that sixth time. It does take a minimum. Like we talk about from content, we talk about technology, and it's like, we've said this before. When are you finally going to, even going back to, what we were talking about earlier, it's just a matter of educating them, staying in front of them and continuing to help them learn. We do, as human beings, we crave new learning, but sometimes we may have learned it, but it doesn't click until that sixth time. It's like, wait a minute. Like finally, like I'm going to start utilizing this. I want to go back to Agent Connect just for a second, because I really want to hit this home with everybody and hopefully stress, because this goes to what we're talking about here. Our agents that are out there, realtors that are out there right now with the market, with, a lot of people are saying that the market's starting to level out or even starting to come down a little bit, depending on your demographics, depending on your area. Realtors are out there right now are looking for little things like this. And you, as the loan officer, this is a value that you can go out and offer to them. This is one of those things that you can go share, because how many agents are out there that are not, they may have access, but maybe they're not utilizing it. Maybe you're going to be that sixth time, say, hey, Josh, I got this. I got Agent Connect. Let's get you going. I want to help you. I want to help you sell more houses. I want to get you more deals right now. That is a critical, like this is mission critical. This is the game changer that, again, maybe you've even seen it before, all of you out there, but now it's like, okay, I'm going to go out. This is the sixth time I'm hearing it. I'm going to go out there and make it happen.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. You have to drive value. So it's, hey, here's something I can drive value with. And by the way, all the people that we get in, we work together, they're going to get marketed to consistently. It's going to be co-marketed with you, with me. You're going to be getting alerts. You're going to be updated on all the progress that's going on with this person. If they take an application, you'll know it. So, there's automation throughout the whole process of whatever takes place. So you can deliver something of, I'm your partner. Hey, if you send someone over to me as a referral, I'm going to continue to market to them on your behalf. I'm going to continue to have, and obviously using the system to automate all this. So it's easy. So you're consistently market and automate it to these consumers. And the minute one of them raises their hands ready to buy a house again or make a move, and I'm going to call you. You're going to get notified. I'm delivering as much value as I can.
Well, I think that is the big, mentioning automation there, going back to our point that we're literally just making, maybe it's that sixth or seventh time, that automation. You don't even have to worry about it. You and your agent are out doing more deals, worrying about your current pipeline. This is helping you stay in front of them. I talk about that all the time. We all are so we love this little device, and now you can stay in front of them with it. With the co-branded marketing automation, it literally is this is one of those no-brainers to me, Josh. This is one of those things. I laugh, and you and I joke because it almost seems so simple, but it's so profound. And how many people are not utilizing it? How many hundreds, thousands of LOs have access to something like this, and they're just not using it? It's that simple.
It is. I was talking to a lender that's using a competitor's platform that does something similar to this, and they go, and let's talk about automation. We actually, it's not just, you can go create an open house flyer. They're automated. So if you're connected to a real estate agent and they're your partner, they list their house for sale. There's something goes on MLS, it automatically is going to download that information in MLS. It's going to create the flyers, create the landing pages. So they have it one touch. It's in their inbox. That's an automation thing that we're doing, which I think has changed and was different. It's unique, and we are trying to automate and consistently do it. And so the lender we were talking to, because we have about 250 loan offices are in this product, and I think we look at it, we maybe created 12 landing pages. That's like that, because it just, they have to go in there and manually do it, and they can't adjust things like bedrooms and bathrooms and some of the data. They can't really make edits. So we really went out and listened to these challenges. And just like we did with their other platform, with all the rest of the platform, what do you need? And it's not just that we didn't build a perfect product. And like you said, here's why it's never perfect, because the minute we think it's perfect, there's something more we can do. And the minute we roll out a new feature, you realize, oh, this is a great new feature. I can make this even better. So you're constantly improving the product. There's no end to it. It's never 100%. It's never perfect, but I can tell you it's very effective. Right? It can help you make a lot of money. It can really help your mortgage company grow, but it's always changing and evolving. And I think that's what, it's interesting. I've been in this industry for 23 years now, going on 24 years. And there's I'm now working with a lot of these, what I come to call younger people like Josh. You're younger than I am, but I have these younger guys, and some of them are in their early 30s and running these very successful mortgage companies. And I have to tell you that I talk to some of the people that are maybe still, say 20 years older than me. They're in their mid 60s, and the difference. And then I have people that are in my age bracket, and there's a changing of the guard. And
100%.
and these 30-year-olds are doing things differently. I mean, we have people that are growing right now in this market. They're innovating in ways that I look at what they do with the system and all the different stuff that they've created with our platform. And it's like, wow, this is really impressive. I didn't think of doing that. So that's, they're really using technology to take over the marketplace. And just let's look at history. So the biggest lender in the country is Quicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in 2006, they weren't even, I don't know what they were. They were even the top, not even the top 100 probably.
No.
What they did is after the market crash, they leaned in and they invested in technology, built software like crazy to be the first people to have all this stuff that you now as a lender can go get off the shelf from, half a dozen different vendors. You don't have to have 100 programmers and all this, hundreds of millions of dollars. You can just go pay for it.
Right.
So you can go basically rent it on a monthly basis. So it's definitely changed. Those people who are doing that right now are, I can see that there's a changing of the guard over the next 5 years, and it's going to be driven by technology. You have to embrace it now.
Dude, right now more than ever, you mentioned this. Companies, small companies are seeing the opportunity right now. So many people, it's a doom and gloom in our industry. There's so many fear mongers like, oh my gosh, rates are going up. Like, and if you're a loan officer that's just a rate person that you compete on rate alone, you're going to get absolutely demolished. Like you absolutely adopting technology right now, like you said, Josh, finding the efficiencies, finding the automations. That was a game. Quicken is a great example. Like, look how now they're the number one lender. Back in 06, 08, they weren't. It came in a time of like hardship. But when our industry was just at like, holy crap, things were really on fire back then. Like, look for the opportunities. Now more than ever, there is a changing the guard. I talk about this all the time. A lot of the clients we work with, like there's a younger demographic, a younger generation coming in, and we've grown up on this stuff. We totally like, and we know that our friends love this stuff. This is where they're at. We have to get to them in that space. Is technology going to replace us? Absolutely not. We have to, but adopting it, understanding it, and utilizing it correctly is the game changer right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's where the market's going. And, I'm excited to see it. It's fun to watch. It's fun to see some of these people come in and do things that are, inventive and go, this is, it gives me as a founder of a technology company, a lot of joy to see someone create something within my platform that I didn't think existed. Right. Like I can, now I'm empowering someone to go create something new and a new way to, run their business. And, I've seen some people create some pretty impressive things that, I'm pretty wowed by. So I think that's been a lot of fun too. And that just means there's a lot of people out there that are trying to do it, and they realize that technology is the way to do it. And to your point, you've grown up on it. The younger generation really has even if you're not a programmer, you just have a higher desire and need and expectation of what it should be. Right. And the mortgage industry is so archaic that, as lenders, the ones that become like they should, which makes things easy and, they're going to be the ones that win.
I want everybody to go back and rewind that last minute 30, because what Josh just said, there was two words in particular that stood out, were fun and joy. And that it is fun for you, Josh. Every time I talk to you and seeing the joy that you create with, like you said, your partners, that is something that, again, Agent Connect came from listening to your partners, listening to the people who are using the platform. That's who you are as a leader. That's who you are as an executive. And that's who InSellerate is at their core. And you're going to continue to be. You and I mentioned this. This is just the beginning. You're continuing to get better. And it seems like every time I had talked to you, every time we have a conversation, it's always improving. Always, it's getting that yoga stretch a little bit further. It's strengthening that muscle a little bit more so you get better and better and better and better. And that's who you freaking are, dude. And I absolutely love it. This conversation has literally been one of those that everybody who has heard this is one of those that is going to get you into that game-changing mentality, that gets you into that right mindset. And if you have questions about InSellerate, reach out to Josh and I. We'll put a link below. Because now is the time. You have to start adopting these things. You have to start getting them into your repertoire or you're going to get left behind. But it's just a simple matter of adopting it, getting educated, as Josh said, and you can get out there and dominate. Josh, this has been absolutely brilliant, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out and sharing everything you have this morning.
Thanks for having me, Josh. Like always.
Guys, this is one of those, you have to go back, go listen to this, especially the last 5 minutes of this conversation. This is your game-changing moment. This will literally help you go out and get it done. So as always, we appreciate you. We love you. Now it's time for all of you guys to go shred, go show up, hustle, repeat every day. See ya.